had Alex Smith to look to. Chris has Pat. He has followed everything Patrick does, and that's why he hasn't missed a beat when it comes to the verbal and mental part of the game. Reed said Oladokun, he's been on top of it this week, Chris.
Well, there's no better coach to get a quarterback ready than that guy, Andy Reid. Two of the oldest coaches, the two oldest coaches in the NFL, squaring off head-to-head. Pete Carroll, his
mic at? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Running late. Let's go, guys. Let's go. All right, so kickoff. We made kickoff on time. So here we go. The Chiefs to receive. Let's lose this game and get Fernando Mendoza, everybody. Yes. With the third string quarterback, no Gardner Minshew revenge game going on here. Sorry for taking a long time, though. Got the hair right. Got the mind right. And let me see if you guys are even in here. Okay, we got our people here, dude. Sorry for being late. So is the pick officially locked in? I was watching Red Zone while going for a run. I hadn't ran for a while, but in the shotgun, the handoff, number one pick is locked. We're going to get Mendoza. So does that mean the Raiders could win this game? All right, so a handoff up the middle, going to be second and about 5. Second and 6 here. But oh shit, let me just cover up this trash I have in this room. I got to clean this room, bro. Okay, so Malcolm Kuntz lining up. I'm going to get an update here and see what we got going on in terms of the pick being locked. So pitch to the outside. Jamal Adams in on the tackle, going to be third and short. So some of the updates around the NFL. Looks like they're set to release Justin Fields. Third down. Mendoza is coming, a Latino quarterback who's also very talented. Even if he wasn't Latino, I'd be stoked about that. Looks like it's going to happen. 3rd and 4. Chiefs dropping back. Scrambling to the right, and a sack by Snowden. Charles Snowden, everybody. And man, guys, I gotta... Don't make fun of my shorts. I had to wear my silver shorts for the silver and black, dude. But a sack here. And be on the lookout, man. Now that the Raiders, I think, are going to bounce back. I'm kind of developing a new style with my content. I believe I'm going to be able to get more content out than ever. Might not be the highest of quality. But just to all the people who care about the channel and hang out the live stream, just letting you guys know, man, we're gonna be retooling. I'm gonna drop a lot of stuff today and almost every day. I kind of want to go back to my early roots, man, with this channel and go back to being more of like a we like the shorts. We like the shorts. I kind of want to go back to being like more of a talk show, like I used to be, you know? So expect to hear more of me, whether you like it or not. I know some people like the quality, and Michael's talking about it, but dude, if I'm going to upload that often, I literally can't do it. I mean, my arm feels like it's going to die whenever I used to do it. So we're going to try to get it out. We'll see what happens, man. It may fail, and we may move it around, but I feel like I need to be in the game daily, man. 1st and 10 for Kenny Pickett at the 42-yard line. And a handoff to Genty, who's going to have a new quarterback handing it off, the one and only Mendoza. So I don't know, man. I mean, hey, if it calls upon it, we could try to do something a little higher quality, but you know, I feel like I always let the perfect be the enemy of the good, man, and I end up not making stuff because I'm trying to make like the best thing ever. It's ridiculous. 2nd and 8. Dropping back Pickett, and Pickett gets intercepted, intended for Jack Besh. Come on, bro. We already have the pick locked. You don't need to throw a pick here. And hey, I've seen enough. Bring in Aiden O'Connell. Bring in Aiden O'Connell. Pete Carroll looks shooked. He knows he's done. The reports have come out, and hey, I had to wear my Max Crosby jersey because apparently, you know what I mean? Apparently, he's gone. Apparently, he's gone. And I know Raiders fans don't want to hear that because of the newest reports. I usually think they're all bullshit. They have been lately. I feel like this year it's a little different. Because really, I mean, the guy really isn't debunking the rumors like he usually does. So I'm a little concerned. I think Raiders fans should be concerned. Well, not concerned though, man, because if we get 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby, we're with a brand new head coach where we're at right now. I mean, can you really blame the Raiders organization for taking that? Max Crosby, I'm a little disappointed in the guy. I don't like the complaining. I don't like that he's not shutting these rumors down. I feel like he's forcing himself off the team now for real this time because he's not shutting down the rumors like he usually does. And I'm disappointed in the guy. And we're going to make a video and talk about this a little bit later after the game and talk more about this week because I think a trade's going to materialize come February, right? February is when it can happen. Yeah, and now he's pushing back about how he's not injured, going against the medical staff, the front office, the coaching staff. I don't like that. I think the Raiders have been nothing but good to him. I mean, there's a lot of good pass rushers around the NFL that aren't in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. TJ Watt's not in the Super Bowl. Myles Garrett hasn't been in the Super Bowl. Micah Parsons hasn't been in the Super Bowl. Danielle Hunter, who was on the Texans and now is on the Vikings, he wasn't in no Super Bowl. I think all those guys are Max Crosby quality pass rushers. And I don't hear them, besides Micah Parsons, I don't hear them complaining that much. So I'm disappointed. I felt like the Raiders signed Max Crosby early before his contract expired in 2022. They could have let him play on the last year of his rookie deal. They decided to pay him early. I feel like the Raiders then fired Josh McDaniels because Max Crosby was complaining about the guy, him and Devontae Adams and Josh Jacobs. They listened to the player. Then they brought in the guy he wanted them to be the head coach, and I think wasted all of our time, Antonio Pierce. They got the head coach for you. And then they gave you a $10 million pay bonus for no reason with no strings attached after they brought in Antonio Pierce. And then they got you a contract extension, making you the highest paid defensive player before Myles Garrett got his deal. First down for the Chiefs after the interception, a drop here. Going to be 2nd and 10. Incomplete. Yeah, and then they made him the highest. So in this past offseason, they got him the $35 million a year. At the time, it was the highest paid defensive player in NFL history before Myles Garrett then topped that with $40 million. And I'm just like, dude, I know we're not a winning team. There's a lot of pass rushers, a lot of good players not on winning teams. But I feel like they've just been over backwards for Crosby, man. I really do. 2nd and 10, handoff, and 4-yard gain. And, you know, after the Odell Beckham Jr. clip, you guys saw that viral clip. So 3rd down for the Chiefs here. You saw that viral Odell Beckham Jr. clip where he said a $100 million contract is really not that much money when you think about it because the taxes and you got to buy your mom a mansion, you got to buy your daddy a mansion. Like, you know, he was this really tone deaf Odell Beckham Jr. clip. I just feel like now in terms of like the culture and people around the world, people are just so tired of millionaire athletes complaining. And that's what I see happening here with the Raiders and Max Crosby. Millionaire athletes complaining about having to do their job. I'm sick of it. 3rd and 6. Dropping back. Chiefs backup quarterback is scrambling and throwing it up in a big completion to Juju Smith-Schuster. Come on, man. Come on, defense. We don't need you to lose anymore. And hey, man, if Crosby doesn't want to be here, dude, and he wants to continue undermining an ineligible man down the field, so that big completion on 3rd down is coming back. It's now going to be 3rd and 11. Dude, if he doesn't want to be here, if he wants to complain and undermine the organization, if he wants to complain about getting paid time off, bro got 2-3 games paid time off, allowed to rest on IR so he can get surgery, and he's complaining. Dude, if I get PTO without asking for it, I'm not going to be complaining. And he knows he's hurt. He knows he's not 100%. 3rd and 11, 47-yard line. Dropping back. A deep ball and gonna be dropped interception. Lonnie Johnson Jr. had it in his hands. He did not reel it in. Gonna be a 4th down. And I'm just like, dude, I mean, what happened to this whole, like, I'm a Raider for life thing? Now it's like, I'm a Raider unless you shut me down to get surgery to take care of my injury. Then I'm no longer a Raider for life because you looked out for my medical well-being in a season that doesn't matter when we need to get the number 1 pick. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, I feel like he's using this as an excuse to get out. And a muffed punt by Bachman, but he recovers it inside the 5. Now Raiders will be at the 4-yard line. You have to wonder, is Kenny Pickett going to still be out there? Or are they going to move to Aiden O'Connell? And look, dude, I got a Max Crosby jersey. He's my favorite player, but I can't sit here and act like I don't have a problem with how he's going about this. We gave you Antonio Pierce. We gave you a $10 million raise. We made you the highest paid player in the NFL. And now you're upset that, and you're not debunking these reports. Because I know some people like, Judo Joe Black in the chat, and some people are saying, well, we don't know if these reports are legit. He's done this before where he could come out here and say, hey, and he's done this before where he says, hey, that report is BS. I'm going to go ahead and fact check this and say that's wrong. He's not doing this time. And he could do this to show good leadership and do it for the fans who want to know what the hell's going on right now, who have supported him financially throughout his career. And he's not doing that. So I'm disappointed. So I have to just assume that these reports are true. Jay Glazer, Diana Rossini, I have to just assume these reports about Crosby are true because he's not debunking them. And so I feel like, okay, so you were upset with, okay, the injury thing aside, let's just say it's because the Raiders suck, which obviously if they're a winning team, if they're in the playoffs, he wouldn't be that upset right now. He's upset that that Pete Carroll and Geno Smith were not a winning team in year 1. I mean, so did he really expect the Raiders to go to the deep in the playoffs with a brand new head coach, brand new offensive coordinator, brand new quarterback, all in year 1 in the toughest division in the NFL? I mean, that's kind of an unrealistic expectation. I mean, it ended up being way worse than we thought. I mean, we couldn't even get 6 wins. I'm with you on that. 3 injuries to the offensive line, though. It wasn't perfect. Brock Bowers wasn't there for the majority of the first half of the season. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of unfair to the Raiders to kind of want to dip out on them because of that. You signed the contract to become the highest paid defensive player at the time before Myles Garrett topped it. You signed that deal committing to this organization. And I am just so sick of players signing their name on the dotted line and then not doing the time, not fulfilling their part of the contract. I think it's the new generation, the millennial Zoomers. I think that's how they act. Hand off up the middle, 1-yard gain. And it's like, dude, then come out and debunk it. If this is so not true, then come out and say, hey, these guys didn't talk to me. This is all bogus. I'm with the Raiders, dude. I want to turn this thing around in Vegas. I'd love for him to come out and do that. It's been a couple weeks. He hasn't done it yet. 2nd and 9. Pickett in a quarterback at 2nd and 9 at his own 5-yard line. Dropping back in a quick throw to Genty on a swing pass, but minimal gain of about 3 yards, going to be 3rd and 6. I mean, so Max Crosby is what? He's going to turn 29, right? Good. There's a really, and I will say, if the Raiders could find a way to have 2 first-round picks this year, with their number 1 pick getting Mendoza, and if they could find a way to get one of the top pass rushers in the first round, this is a good draft class to do it. A lot of good pass rushers out there. You know, Arnold Reeves out of Ohio State. Where are you going? 3rd and 6. Oh, God. Be safe. Be careful. And a sack by Dana and Chris Jones at the 2-yard line. Kenny Pickett did not have time. So we'll talk about some of the we'll talk about this week. Ramping up the videos. I think even when I go out of town, I'm going to go out of town this weekend, but I think I'm still going to keep my laptop just in case something crazy happens, because I think there's going to be some magic happening this weekend. So Raiders going to be punting from their own 2-yard line here. But, yeah. Bailey out of Texas Tech, would love to see him. You got Bain from the Miami Hurricanes, another great pass rusher. There's a lot of good guys where if the Raiders could get a couple first-round picks, maybe get 3 first-round picks in this draft, I don't think the Jets would want to trade with them. Probably get something from the Bears, maybe a 1st and a 2nd from the Bears. We'll see where the Bears finish, and you can maybe trade up, get one of those top pass rushers, and get Fernando Mendoza. I think we'd be set up pretty nicely for the next 5 years, honestly. Okay, so we had... thank you, Timberline. Max is not... I don't think Max is at the game. I truly believe this time, because I've made videos about this, and you know how my videos are. I'm usually like, hey, here's the rumor, and then in the video we talk about all the angles, right? And usually I end up saying it's bullshit, and I think it has been, especially once they gave him Pierce. He was bought in on the Pete Carroll thing, and Pete Carroll's introductory press conference. He was there, right? So he seemed pretty bought in. And then they gave him that extension. They gave him that raise. This time it feels different. The Giants. Oh, the Giants win secured the number 1. And man, I really hope they don't get Dante Moore. Mendoza, in my opinion, Mendoza is just a better quarterback. I am so sick of NFL teams drafting quarterbacks who've barely played 1 season. I mean, what the I cannot believe that teams are so idiotic that they make mistakes like that. It hasn't worked out lately. Can we just get the guy who has experience, get the guy who's going to be comfortable, especially taking snaps under center when you got a running back like Genty? By the way, can we get a fullback? Can we get a fullback too? Can we stop using these tight ends as fullbacks, and can we play some fucking football? I mean, so I really hope they go with the experience, and I really hope they go with the leadership. I mean, people don't care about leadership anymore. Oh, plug and play this guy anywhere, he's gonna do fine. So much off the field. I think that matters, and you see people go to complete shit because they got off the field problems. Look at Kyler Murray. Look at Anthony Richardson. He's having some commitment issues. People called him lazy. Look at Lamar Jackson now, kind of floundering. We'll see how he does tonight. A lot of people said that he shows up late to practice. Think that stuff doesn't matter? Look at Johnny Manziel. Look at how Baker Mayfield started out first. Entitled. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Play action. And checked down, but incomplete. Baker Mayfield had to be humbled before he was really able to excel. I mean, he always had the ability, but he had attitude issues, right? So Crosby is at the game. That's something positive here. He's at least at the game. Okay, 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10 now for the Chiefs. We'll show Crosby at the game in a second. Quick throw to the outside on the comeback route. Going to be about 3rd and short. So we got ourselves a Crosby. So he's at the game. He's at the game. No Taylor. No Taylor. I call her No Ass Taylor. No Ass Taylor is not at the game. 3rd and 3, handoff up the middle. Oh, and a broken tackle, Smith. Great back. No Ass Taylor. And by the way, don't worry, ladies. I'm a feminist. I'm just joking around. I'm a feminist, ladies. I don't mean to objectify women. I'm a feminist, ladies. But I will say No Ass Taylor Swift is not at the game. But hey, good thing Crosby's at the game. She is attractive. Obviously, she's very pretty. But we got to make these jokes. Famous people who got all this cash, we got to rip into them. We got to rip into them. All right, so handoff on the outside. Smith with a great run. And if the Raiders did not already have the Giants losing, this would be a situation where Raiders fans are celebrating. So I feel like if the Giants would have lost today, we would have saw Raiders fans celebrating. Okay, dude. People are calling me a prick now. Do I need to go back to being family friendly? Son of a gun. Diddley. I'll put my Ned Flanders hat on. I'm sorry. All right, and a handoff. 3 yards. The Swifties will not forgive me. I like Shake It Off. I even like some of her feminist songs. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. That one song. All right. Well, I hope Kelsey plays one more year. Now that I'm gonna start uploading more, it's time to rip into these Swifties. What was the one? I mean, I like the Never Ever Getting Back Together. Of course, that one. 2nd and 8, dropping back. Olakon with a deep throw, overthrown, incomplete. Here's the thing. I only apologize if people are watching this with their kids and I say something inappropriate. But then I also think to myself, why the fuck would you be watching Wi-Fi Willie with your kids? Fernando Mendoza. He saved my life. Oh, I was supposed to print out a picture. You know, I have these pictures of Gino. I was supposed to print out one of Fernando, but I forgot. 3rd and 8. And check down. 4-yard gain. I've never heard of a Taylor Swift track. Punk rock, blah, blah. No one cares about beating the Chiefs. 4th and 4, Patrick Graham. Yeah, that should be on a shirt. Why are you watching Wi-Fi Willie with your kids? Okay, so here we go. Butker. He probably doesn't listen to Taylor Swift. About to kick this field goal. And it looks to be good. Dude, Fernando Mendoza will be the first new custom emoji. I think, who do we have to drop? So who do we drop for the Mendoza emoji for the members? Or can I add one more? If I can add one more, I'll just add one more to the family. You know what? I'll double check that right now. Because I haven't messed with that in a little bit. Drop Jacobs. Yeah, Jacobs kind of is not as exciting. He's not as much of a... I love Jacobs. He's one of my favorite... He's one of... You know what? I'll say that. Josh Jacobs is one of my favorite running backs in the modern NFL history. In the history of the modern NFL. From 2010 to now. So a decade and a half. I would say Jacobs might be my favorite running back in the modern NFL. Yeah, I think I'll drop Hobbs. I think I'll drop Hobbs for sure. Because Hobbs is kind of boring. But I really like Jacobs. And I think Waller's going to play another year. I need to take a headshot to get my own face on there. That'd be hilarious. Darren might go. If Darren retires, I might have to drop him. I gotta keep my dog Chandler Jones. I gotta keep my dog Chandler Jones. Oh, free Carl Nassib, baby. Yeah. Because it's about being a meme. Yeah, that emoji does look like me, but it's about being more of a meme. So I feel like Hobbs isn't a meme. But I do look like the freaking Mr. Potato Head glasses and mustache combo. Oh, dude, my whole leg fell asleep right now. So Crosby is at the game getting the Commitment to Excellence award. So he had to be at the game because he got this award. So Crosby is only at the game because he got this award. I got to call it like I see it, guys. He's only at this game because he got the award. Crosby, the Commitment to Excellence award? Bro, I'm going to need you here regardless of you getting the award. What is going on here, bro? You want to be a Raider or not? I mean, dude, love to have you, but if you're gonna start saying some things, oh, I'm not really injured, I'm gonna go against the front office, the coaching staff. I mean, I don't know, man. I got a problem with that, dude. All right, a kick return, 32-yard line. Yeah, they gave him the award, so he had to go to the last game. That's smart. Mark Davis probably thought of that. Mark Davis on the Bull Cut thought of that. Let's give him an award, guys, so he has to go to the game. Some smart. Trey Lance throwing picks for the Chargers against the Broncos. I mean, Max is now giving bad energy where it's like, all right, you're one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. But bad energy, man. And the negativity when we're trying to build something new. Maybe he's just too much part of the old regime. Play action by Kenny Pickett, and Thornton almost with a reception could not reel it in. And I will have to say Dante Thornton had high hopes for him after the first game of the season, but we just haven't seen it for the rest of the season. Yeah, I just feel like the frustration from Crosby, when you have somebody who's been at the company for a while, you got a bunch of new people at the company. You got the guy saying, oh, I remember when it used to be like this. It's kind of awkward, man. 2nd and 10. And Genty with a good 7-yard run. You got a guy who's like, oh, I remember when we had management that did this. I remember when we used to run it like this. It was way better than what we got going on right now. We got all these young people coming in this team. They need to be positive. They need to kind of not get discouraged, 3rd and 4. Pickett scrambling, stepping up on the run. He's going to keep it himself, and he gets the first down and them some. Good run by Kenny Pickett. Dude, it's just, I think it makes things awkward. And you know what I didn't like, and I know nobody is going to agree with me with this. What I really didn't like, good run by Kenny Pickett, by the way, first down for the Raiders. What I really didn't like about the Crosby situation was actually the Antonio Pierce era. I didn't like when Gardner Minshew became 4 years, Timberline, 4 years as a member. Shout out to him. We got to freaking keep this thing going, man. Appreciate you hanging out with us from the Central Valley 559. Play action, Kenny Pickett gets drilled by a blitz from the nickel corner, from the slot. Whew. Kenny Pickett is not looking 100% after that, getting drilled like that. I did not like the little ass boy thing. I did not like how in practice Crosby was kind of bullying Gardner Minshew. They talked about that in training camp. AP tried to act like that was cool. Like, yeah, we got to build that mentality. But I'm like, you're undermining your quarterback. You're hurting his ability to be a leader. You're bullying him in practice. You're making it hard to practice offense when we need these reps for the season. Just wasn't smart, and almost another pick for Kenny Pickett. Intended for Michael Mayer, incomplete, 3rd and 18. And I just feel like that's not smart, dude. We need to give people confidence if they're going to lead a football team. And I know Gardner Minshew's not a good quarterback, but he looked the worst we've ever seen him in his NFL career. The worst we've ever seen him in his career. Looked way better with the Colts. Looked way better with the Jags. What's going on here, dude? We're going to just bully our captain, our QB, in front of the team? A halfback draw, 4-yard gain, and I knew everybody's going to disagree with that. I don't care. I think that's not a smart way to go about building confidence going into the regular season, and clearly it didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, Minshew, he was still the better quarterback in 2024. And maybe if Minshew was on the team this year, he'd be better than Geno Smith with how Geno played this year. Oh, whoa. I got the food delivery coming. Thanks for hiding the bot. So a punt here. Chiefs at the 20. Yeah, I don't like, you build up your teammates. You don't take them down. And I just never really, to me, I always just thought, what's the point? We know Max Crosby is good at football. Why do we have to let him disrupt practice and then bully our quarterback? And yeah, our quarterback sucks, whatever, but he's all we got. When we had Minshew, he's all we got. So we're going to tear him down before the season and then hope that works out. And then when it doesn't, we're going to blame the QB. We got to think smart. You can't be thinking with your smelling salts. You got to think with your brain, not the smelling salts that you put in your brain. Yeah, if Crosby bullies Mendoza, trade Crosby. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct by the Chiefs bench. Was that on Andy Reid? What's going on? Big ass Andy Reid couldn't fit on the sideline. So they got unsportsmanlike conduct. And to me, I'm just like, dude, we're an NFL team and we're doing some college style of hazing. We're running it like a high school college team. I don't think you need to do that. Did Chris Jones need to bully Patrick Mahomes? And I know that we're comparing apples to oranges here. Because Minshew's a veteran. It's not like he's a rookie. So when Case Keenum joined the Vikings, did you have Daniil Hunter bullying? Well, he wasn't on the Vikings. He was on the Vikings at that time, wasn't he? Yeah, but did you have him bullying Case Keenum? So I don't get it, dude. Looking at the chat here right now. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Say, oh, you got to deal with being bullied by Crosby in order to be a real Raider. Say whatever you want. At the end of the day, he was all we had, and it hurt his confidence, and it hurt his ability to lead the team. And he was all we had for 2024. So say whatever you want. He sucks, whatever. He's got to get tougher. It fucked up the team. It had negative. There's nothing positive that came out of doing that. There's no way. You're giving your starting quarterback who's a captain a noogie, and he's a veteran, and that's supposed to. How is that going to help the team? Now I can see if it's a rookie lineman. Maybe even a rookie quarterback, you pull a prank on him. I would give that, but in those circumstances, come on. So I feel like we've let too many liberties for Crosby. I'm trying to get you guys prepared, and I'm trying to get myself prepared for a post Crosby Raiders. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that this jersey is going to expire and I'm going to have to get another one. And now I won't have any jersey with an active Raider on it. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I hope not, because I don't want to have to buy a new jersey. These are expensive. Handoff right now for the Chiefs. 4-yard gain. Yeah, Minshew always seemed depressed at the press conferences. I wonder why. Maybe because he got his ass whooped at practice. He always seemed super sad. And he was usually like the fun, long-haired, redneckish type of guy. And that was not there in Vegas at all. Super weird. And look, I'm not saying Minshew's a good QB. I wish we would have gotten somebody else. Handoff up the middle. 3-yard gain. For the past 2 seasons, I've been saying, hey, I hope we get Russell Wilson. Even though I don't think Russell Wilson's that good, I just think he was the best available for cheap. And I think he still would have been the best available for cheap even this past year. And I'm not saying we're going to the Super Bowl, but probably at least 7 wins. At least. That's what I'm hoping for. Hey, Hawaiian Mac salad, Michael, right on. Dude, I got a diet, dude, or else I'd be eating that right now. I had some chicken legs earlier. 3rd and 4. Yeah, I think I got exactly Barstow. I think I got to get the Genty jersey. Genty or Bowers. 3rd and 4, dropping back, and a completion to Kelsey. Can we at least whoop Kelsey's ass? He gets a first down. I really hope Mike McCarthy's not the head coach of the Raiders. Hey, I really hope Crosby's not leaving, but so far he's forced to attend the game because he accepted an award, and so far he hasn't said shit about staying with the Raiders. Handoff up the middle, 3-yard gain, and he has a podcast where he talks a lot. 2 podcasts. And he's got the platform and still hasn't said anything. It'd be one thing if it's like, well, he hasn't done a press conference. Yeah, well, he's got 2 podcasts. The Let's Go podcast with Jim Gray, and he's got the freaking Crosby podcast. I forget the name, The Rush. You got 2 platforms to do it. And you seem active on social media. You're posting pictures of you playing basketball when you got placed on injured reserve. You're pretty active on social media. I think you could snap a pic and say, hey, Raider for life or something. But he ain't doing any of that. How on earth was Kenny Pickett a first-round pick? Well, just like with Minshew, just like with Geno Smith, just like with Jimmy Garoppolo. Ever since 2022, every quarterback who goes to the Raiders looks the worst they have ever looked in their entire career. Kenny Pickett did not look this bad when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They won a lot of games when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. For some reason, I don't know what's going on here. Instability, lack of a good offensive mind. I don't know. Every time a quarterback comes to the Raiders, they look the worst they've ever looked in their career. I think it's got a lot to do with coaching. I think we haven't got the coordinator figured out. Oh, shit, it is windy as hell. And raining. Jimmy G looked better on the Niners and the Rams so far, and on the Patriots than with the Raiders. So something's going on, man. I really hope we get it's pretty much inevitable that Pete Carroll's also not returning. And unpopular opinion, I was hoping we'd go with continuity. I'm so sick of having a new head coach every single year. But unfortunately, popular demand, scapegoat. Tom Brady needs a scapegoat, right? Tom Brady has to have a scapegoat because we're supposed to believe, and this is what really just fucking pisses me off. I'm sorry, excuse my language. But Tom Brady never when it comes to the Raiders and him being an owner and a consultant, basically an unofficial consultant since 2022, Brady, for some reason, never gets blamed for anything when anything goes wrong. And the whole entire media runs cover for him, kisses his ass, and sucks this dude's dick nonstop. Nobody's blaming him for the shitty Chip Kelly hire. No one's blaming him for all the decisions he made when all the reports said he was fully involved this past year. So Tom Brady meets up with Matthew Stafford. He rejects Brady. Meets up with Ben Johnson, which was the most obvious hire to get Ben Johnson. He was literally the hottest coaching candidate in years this past coaching cycle. Brady meets up with these dudes, tries to get him on the team, fails, And then now we're supposed to believe Brady had no other control or impact on the rest of the team. Oh, he tried to get Ben Johnson, and then he just totally dipped out of the coaching hiring. That's complete bullshit. He was fully involved in everything. Pete Carroll is part of his decision as well, along with Chip Kelly. And it's been a shit show, and he fucking failed. As a minority owner consultant, football operations manager, he's 0 for 1. Second and 13, 2-yard gain. So this guy just never gets blamed for anything. Spygate, he doesn't get blamed. And now this. And now this. The whole media just forgets that he was involved in the hiring process and says, well, now this year he's going to be involved and it's going to be good. Dude, he missed with Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. What makes you think he's going to get it right this time? He's about to be 0 for 2. In my experience, when you're 0 for 3, you're out. 3rd and 11 for the Chiefs. In the shotgun at the 20-yard line. Dropping back. Plenty of time. Check down. And who's the most disappointing? And so it's going to be 4th down for the Chiefs. Who's the most disappointing? Who's the most disappointing offensive lineman this year that the Raiders paid $8 million to? It's Alex Kappa. And what team and what teammate did Alex Kappa have that is on the Raiders? Well, he was Tom Brady's teammate out there with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Brady missed again by getting Alex Kappa, and the dude couldn't even start on this bad offensive line. Got beat out in practice. Finally got some reps at center. We'll see how he does today, but that was clearly a bad move getting Alex Kappa, and that was all Brady. So the Raiders offense is taking the field right now. Yeah, Spytech is, and instead of Spytech, I like to call him Spygate. Brady's friend Spygate. So Spytech and Alex Kappa, yeah, they're Buccaneers, they're Brady guys. Chip Kelly, Brady guy. I mean, what the hell? And I wonder, was it Pete Carroll's decision to shut down Crosby and Bowers? Why would Pete Carroll want to tank if he's going to be fired? Don't think it was his decision to shut down Max Crosby. Why would Pete Carroll want to lose more games and have more L's on his record when he's going to be fired anyway and not part of this team? You really think it was Pete Carroll's decision to shut down Bowers and Crosby and Jeremy Chin? Give me a fucking break. I mean, come on. It was Brady and Spytech, obviously. And I hope it works out. And I think it is, yeah, and it might be the right decision to shut it down and get the number 1 overall pick. But don't start. But I'm so sick of Pete Carroll being the scapegoat for all of Tom Brady's bad decision makings in 2025. So sick of it. And it might have been the right decision, but let's not blame Pete Carroll for all that. Maybe it's the right choice. And I'm fully, and this is it. This is the year. And I'm so happy this is finally happening, because now that Pete Carroll is going to be the scapegoat this year in 2026, Brady has no excuses. He has nobody else he could blame. This is all him. And I hope it works out for the love of the fans who've been suffering with shit teams year after year. I pray to God Brady figures this out. But I don't want to hear come 2027 in January, well, Brady wasn't involved in this coach either, and now we got to get a new coach. I mean, I do not want to hear that. So Aiden O'Connell's in the game. Raiders are taking the field. See what happens here. Here we go, 4th and 5. Play action. And an overthrow for O'Connell for Genty. So let's see if Aiden O'Connell should have been the guy all along. Bad reps here. But yeah, dude. I think what people want to believe is, oh, don't worry, guys. It was all Pete's fault. Everything will be fixed. Nothing to see here. But at least we got my guy Mendoza. Hopefully they don't screw that up. Handoff up the middle. 6-yard gain. Honestly, if they draft Dante Moore over Fernando Mendoza, I might have to burn one of my few expired Raiders jerseys. Because I got so many jerseys that don't matter anymore because they're not on the team anymore. I got so many of them. I might have to burn an expired Raiders jersey if they freaking don't get Mendoza and get Dante Moore instead. I'll hope for the best. And here we go. 33-yard line. And a quick throw off the hands. Brother, you got to stop speaking the truth. You're going to get sniped. Make sure your windows are closed and you aren't near any. Bleed silver and black for life. Lose or win. Shout out to Barstow. And you know what? Come get me. Come get me, baby. I'm not scared. Come get me. Come get me. I don't care. I don't care who I don't care if there's if I got if I got Spygate on me right now. I'm not scared. A fake punt for the Raiders on 4th and 4. And a yard short, it looks like. No, I mean, it's all good and fun. Hey, man. I just want everybody to be held accountable for their job. That's all I want. When I do a bad job, I want to be held accountable. When a player does a bad job, a coach does a bad job, they should be held accountable. When a minority owner and football consultant, the brain of the organization, according to Mark Davis, when he does a bad job, I just want him to be accountable. Can he get a little bit of criticism? Or no, we can't criticize him because he's won Super Bowls based on spying on teams and has fucking Botox. Let's be real. A shitload of Botox. So we can't criticize the guy. Okay, so Chiefs football after the failed fake punt. And a quick throw to the outside of Hollywood Brown. 3-yard gain. And hey, man. I'm the one. I was ripping into freaking. I had to rip into Crosby in the beginning of the stream. I'm not. It's the end of the season. We can't hold back anymore. We can't be fake anymore. Now that it's the end of the season. Get the likes up, guys. If you're enjoying the stream, 2nd and 7 for the Chiefs. At least we got one more game of football. Savor it, even though it's not the best situation, because you're gonna miss this shit in the offseason. Trust me, especially in the summer. That's when we miss it the most. Dropping back. Oladokin, a fumble. And scooped up by the Raiders. Tyree Wilson forcing the fumble. Great play by the Raiders here. And look, dude, if Tyree Wilson ends up doing better, what a relief that'd be for the Raiders. This guy was picked at pick number 7. That's a big deal. And it never materialized. Never worked out. Right on, man. Let's see, we got some news going right now. So, did the Browns beat the Bengals? I was watching the... Oh, wow, so Browns beat the Bengals. So, hey, great head coaching candidate for the Raiders. If the Browns get rid of Kevin Stefanski, Man, what head coach in the NFL besides Kevin O'Connell has done more with less at quarterback? I mean, I think Kevin Stefanski has done such a great job, really, when you think about it. I mean, the dude had Joe Flacco playing well. Deshaun, he inherited the horrible Deshaun Watson contract, missing multiple first-round picks, weathered the storm, and still put together a competitive product out there with a bunch of randos at quarterback. I mean, they had Dorian Thompson-Robinson starting at quarterback at one point. And with Baker Mayfield, I thought he did a good job when Baker Mayfield wasn't really at the top of his game yet. So, two-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski. If he's available, if the Raiders can't get, I would say Clint Kubiak's at my top. But if he wants to stay in Seattle, maybe you can't lure him out. I say you go with Kevin Stefanski. I mean, what guy has done, and he does great at developing the running game. He's an offensive-minded head coach. What guy? Who else has done more with less than Stefanski? I know, honestly, I'd rather have Brian Dable than Brian Flores as head coach. I think Dable has just accomplished more in his career. And I like having an offensive-minded coach. I think a defensive-minded coach, it's just, you're always going to be looking for the new coordinator, because if you have a good offensive coordinator, they go somewhere else. Straight up. Oh, dude, I'm making a ton of videos. I mean, I'm gonna be more of a talk show though, dude. I'm not making freaking films anymore. It hurts my arm too much. Do you guys think I should keep the quality or lower it to do more? You guys let me know. Handoff. Genty with a big run. 12-yard gain. Well, hey, Stefanski beat the Raiders with Deshaun Watson last year, and he beat the Raiders with Shador this year. I would sign up for Stefanski over whatever else the Raiders have cooking. Do it makes you feel good? Yeah, you know how I usually do the higher quality videos with all the B-roll, the music, the crazy effects. I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, I don't have like a staff, you know what I mean? A handoff up the middle, 4-yard gain. Guess? I might have some guess. Oh, and this little kitty's here, huh? Show your ass to the camera. Come on, turn around. Don't show your ass. Okay. Oh, wow. Do it makes you feel, yeah, I'm gonna do what makes you, yeah, more quantity, because people are always like, where you at, Willie? I'm like, well, it's gonna take me like freaking 8 hours to make this video, and you're not gonna give a shit about the freaking video anymore. I don't think Carr would ever do a collab with me. I think he's probably seen me do some crazy stuff on the show, or at least somebody close to him has. So I don't think he would do it. Handoff for Genty. 5-yard gain. Cuban Mendoza, dude. Half Cuban and half Mexican. And I know we're not supposed to care. You know, I don't give a shit. If he was a white, black, Asian, I wouldn't care. But I'm half Latino. I'm from California, dude. And I just know a Mendoza jersey is going to hit hard in the silver and black, dude. I mean, come on. Yeah, high quality productions prices. Yeah. Handoff here for Genty, a first down on 3rd and 1. We'll see what happens, dude. I'll try to get something. I have one guest that I might get who's pretty cool, but I don't know for sure if it's gonna happen. We'll see what happens. On 20-yard line. Play action for O'Connell. And close call here. Incomplete to Tucker. Yeah, I think Pete Carroll knows it's over. And, you know, man, I really don't like them leaking to the media that they're going to get rid of Pete before they get rid of Pete. Let him go out. I mean, I know, like, oh, fuck him. He did bad, whatever. Dude, what happened to having class in, like, society? What happened to being respectful and treating people with respect and dignity? Let him go out there with his head high on the final game of maybe his career, dude. Don't put those rumors out there before the game. 4-yard gain. And I don't know who did it. And maybe it wasn't someone higher up with the Raiders. So 3rd and 6 here. Maybe it wasn't someone higher up with the Raiders. But I just feel like, dude, that's a low. Whoever leaked that, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. I think. Call me precious. Call me old school. I think that's a low blow. 3rd and 7. Dude, as a society, we're all ghetto. We're all freaking ghetto now. That's all I'm gonna say. What happened to freaking shaking hands, keeping it professional, letting people go out with some dignity and pride? 3rd and 7. And a spin move, 3-yard gain. Yeah, cheap jersey knockout. Yeah, I mean, I should get more knockoffs because they're pretty much the same. And dude, so 4th and 4, Raiders are kicking the field goal now with Daniel Carlson. I don't like how fans yelled at Geno all year. Yelled shit at him. Some of these people aren't even Raiders fans. I got some videos I could show you guys. And I'm just kind of like, dude. My cat's clawing on my leg. We really think harassing the QB is going to make him better? And saying mean shit to him on the sideline? Bro. Like, grown ass men shouting shit at Geno Smith during the game from the crowd. I've seen videos of this. Grown ass men in their 50s, 40s, 30s, my age, and you're yelling stuff at this guy who's not doing good. He's doing a bad job. It's bad. He knows it. He knows it's bad. But you're yelling shit at him. And you're expecting that to be better, to make him better. That, to me, I understand being frustrated, but the heckling, the jokes at Geno, I just thought was really low all season, and it's why a lot of players I think don't want to play for the Raiders. I think there's some players who are like, you know what? I would, it's a good deal. It's a good opportunity, but their fans are mean. I think there's a little bit of that out there, dude. Their fans are kind of mean. And if things go bad, they might not stick with me. They're going to turn on me. We saw it happen with Josh Jacobs. Fans harassing him online when he had contract disputes. And I'm just kind of like, dude, you think you're going to troll this guy into signing a team-friendly deal with the Raiders? I mean, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's smart. It's smarten up. Exactly. Smarten up. Mark Davis could handle it. He's a billionaire. He'll be fine. But some of these other guys, dude, it's their one shot. Average NFL career is a couple years. It's just like, dude, come on, man. And some people are saying, oh, yeah, like, I think we all need to grow up. And hey, I've been a part of it too. I've been negative too, talking about the team, but I think we all need to grow up as a fan base and not be harassing these guys so much to make them want to be here. I don't know. I'm trying to be more positive. That's what I'm trying to do. So commercial break, dude. We'll see what's happening here. O'Connell getting the first points of the game, leading a scoring drive. Yeah, we had Amari Cooper retire before the season. What the hell was up with that? And holy shit, shout out to our guy, Michael Wistock. Appreciate you, my guy. A little season end appreciation for all the live streams, brother. The only way the Raiders games have been watchable are because of you, week in and week out. Your energy, appreciation of the silver and black is awesome. Thank you for the therapy. You rock it. Appreciate you so much, Michael. Right freaking on, supporting the stream, as have a lot of you others as well. And we're going to keep it strong, dude, and try to get some real energy and momentum going into the offseason. Not taking time off. Been having to reset a little bit myself with figuring out what to do with this channel. And it's a good timing because as I'm resetting, what I'm doing with this channel, the Raiders are resetting with their organization, and it's perfect timing. And I appreciate you hanging out on these live streams, man. And play action tip pass for the Raiders, second down now for the Chiefs. And shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. And we're going to keep it going, dude, especially the draft. Got to go live for the first round of the draft for sure. Probably going to do a lot more videos. I do want to still try to organize a once a week live. Probably on Wednesday evening, just to keep some momentum before the games, for the season. Chat about everything with the football. Oh, another incomplete pass on a play action rollout for the Chiefs here. Going to be 3rd and 10. So we're going to try to do that. Because, hey, there's not going to be any games. And, going live for free agency. There's so much going on in free agency. It doesn't really make sense to go live. Definitely going to go live for the first round of the NFL draft, though. And preseason as well. Happy New Year to you all. 3rd and 10 here for the Chiefs. Got some allergies. And blitz stepping up in the packet. Olakudon with the dump off to Kareem Hunt. And a 4th down. The Raiders could end with a win. So what are you guys thinking? What do you think, Michael? If Pete Carroll wins this game, does he deserve to stay as the Raiders head coach? Oh. Playoffs, dude. Playoff predictions. I mean, I think the Chargers are a tough team this year, but they're just too injured. I mean, Justin Herbert, it's got a broken hand on the opposite throwing hand. I just feel like Chargers aren't going to do well because of the injuries again. Everybody's banged up. I see the Jags winning a playoff game. I think the Steelers will beat the Ravens tonight and get into the playoffs. I could see them winning a playoff game. I think the winner of the AFC, I think the Bills will come out on top. I think the Bills will ultimately make it to the Super Bowl. I'm not really. It's hard to imagine somebody else besides the Bills going all the way. I don't think the Broncos are for real. I think they've gotten really lucky. I think their defense is strong. I think their offense has been disappointing. And you got an offensive-minded head coach, so that's never good. And when it comes to the NFC, I mean, I think it's the Rams. I think the Rams go to the Super Bowl. I think the Rams will beat the Eagles in the playoffs. I think the Lions will choke as usual. I think Seattle probably will lose to the Niners. I think Seattle got lucky last night. 1st and 10. And a handoff, 1-yard gain. So I feel like it's going to be Rams versus Bills. That's my prediction. What are your guys' Super Bowl picks? You guys are saying Seattle versus Buffalo. Okay, we got one. Seahawks, Bills. I mean, Seahawks are definitely capable of beating the Rams. I mean, that's their biggest obstacle. Packers, I just cannot. Bears, I think Caleb Williams too young. Packers, I just cannot believe in Jordan Love, man. I think Jordan Love's I love the team, but I just think he's not the guy. Incomplete pass on a screen for the Raiders on 2nd down. I mean, Malik Willis, when he came in that Bears-Packers game for a while, Malik Willis looked better than Jordan Love. Holding on the defense. Here we go. Niners are still a scary team, though. Did the Falcons beat the Saints? First down for the Raiders after the penalty. Ooh, Bucks have been eliminated. Wow, I did not see that. I didn't see the end of the game because I was setting up this stream. I didn't see that the Falcons beat the Saints. Wow. So Bucks out, Panthers in. Panthers are 1 and done. First down, a quick throw to Trey Tucker for a first down. Aiden O'Connell moving the football, looking like a really good, solid backup quarterback. Oh man, I gotta. Yeah, dude. I'm so disappointed in the Bucks. I can't believe that they totally crumbled like this. 2nd and 10. I mean, they had some injuries to wide receiver, but they had so many receivers available. And a handoff, 8-yard gain. They had issues on the offensive line. Genty with a good run. Raiders O-line looks better. To be. And shout out to our resident Chiefs fan, Elgin Thrower. Hey, man. I'll be making some more videos. I'll make some videos about the Chiefs because I want to go more talk show. I want to cover everybody. I'm mainly going to do Raiders, but we got to cover this Chiefs demise that's going to happen in the offseason. Apparently, there's going to be a fire sale on a lot of players. We'll see if Mahomes is available, man. I got to cover the collapse of the Chiefs. I mean, that's going to be sweet. Might get a glass of wine for that. 3rd and 2. A high throw to Tyler Lockett, but dropped. A tough grab, and Lockett is slow to get up. Yikes. 4th and 2. Hopefully he's okay. You see some rumors out there, you know, the rumor mill that they're going to have a reset on the roster. They're disappointed with some of the players that they invested in. I think Crosby, if Crosby goes anywhere, I think he's going to the Bears. Cowboys, I really thought the Quinnen Williams trade was going to be better. I thought it was really going to pay off like better. And I thought the Cowboys were going to be a playoff team this year. What happened to We Them Boys? Ooh, Lockett is still down, dude. I think Andy Reid's definitely going to return, man. He can't go out like this. And don't get me wrong, dude. I like me some Andy Reid. But he can't go out like this, dude. He's going to take another crack at it, and it's probably not going to work out, especially with Mahomes not being 100%. And then I think he'll let it go. Just saying. I wish him the best. If he ever wants to switch uniforms, he can come to the silver and black. But they got a big obstacle there out there in Kansas City. A lot of obstacles. But here we go, dude. The punt. Chiefs football now. After the injury to Tyler Lockett, that's not good. Cowboys or Lions to be my pick. Crosby destination. They're paying Quinnen Williams for the Cowboys, and they're paying Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions. So he's not going there. I think he's going to go to the Bears. I mean, if the Bears are smart, I think they'll try to grab him. All right, a 7-yard gain here. Oh, wait. Where, Audrey, is that you? Oh, okay. I was wondering because my wife left and I was like, she came back and I got scared that I had some robber downstairs. What do you got, Chiefs? Yeah, what's the Super Bowl next year, Chiefs? 2nd and 2, handoff. AFC Championship game next year. Mendoza and the Raiders versus Mahomes and the Chiefs. Let's go. Oh, thanks. 3rd and 1 here. The Men in Black are coming for me. Oh, dude, I don't know. I don't think anything scary is happening. You guys think so? All right. A miscommunication by the Chiefs, but they fumble the football. Would have been a first down run. We'll see what's happening here. So, dude, if I ever have anybody come after me. Oh, and the Raiders recover another turnover. Let's see if this is actually a fumble. And that was Tyree Wilson again making a play. And that is officially a fumble. Tyree Wilson forcing 2 fumbles today. Great job by Tyree Wilson. So what? We got him in 2023, right? So 3, 4, 5. Last year, this upcoming year. Hi, little kitty. So Tyree's got 1 more year left on the deal. We'll see if he pans out. Doing well, man. Now he's getting more reps. Yeah, it was a little wobbly. Oh, yeah, the ground technically caused the fumble. That is kind of weird. Gotta fix these chairs, dude. I need to just get a couch right here or something. 1st and 10 now. In the red zone for O'Connell. And a handoff to Genty, who goes nowhere. And maybe another fumble. This time Genty coughed it up. Flag on the play. Oh, and it's Chiefs football. No. Bro. Are you kidding me? Fumble but a flag. Holding on the defense. Woo. On Jerry Tillery, the former Raider, former Charger. And just happy to see this Raiders offensive line look a little bit better in this game. You know, I know it's a meaningless game, but still seeing some improvement up front. And another handoff to Genty, and he bursts through, gets inside the 5. I'm going to see Genty here. Mafi with a good block. Oh, wow. Great lowering the shoulder. And they're showing the violator on screen. And another run to Genty, and he wrestles his way, but not quite there. 2-minute warning now. They got to get Genty a touchdown. I think that's what they're trying to do. Or maybe try to get Jack Best some action. I don't know. Dude, I'm going against... Well, dude, the Chargers are playing their backup, so it really doesn't matter. Dude, so Violator almost came on the show. I got to hit him back up again. We had like a scheduling issue. That was a long time ago, though. That was probably like 2 years ago. So maybe he might not remember. I'll hit him back up. We got to do a Raider roundtable. Let's do a Raider roundtable. Who else should we get? Get Violator. Get Gruden. Yeah, I think if we get Gruden, I think he'd only be on for like 2 minutes. Gorilla Rilla. Who's another guy who's pretty funny? Get a beat writer. Gotta get a beat reporter. I wonder if dude, I don't like. Dude, I see some of these other people making fun of other like Raiders people, like Raiders content creators. I've been out of it because I've kind of like laid low and I haven't been making as much stuff. But dude, some of these people are just so mean. And I know the whole theme of this live stream is don't be mean to people. I'm saying don't be mean to Gino. Don't be mean to Pete Carroll. Don't be mean to Gardner Minshew last year. Like, that's my theme so far is don't be mean. But I mean, I hadn't been on Twitter in a while, and I started going on and started seeing, man, people were ripping into this guy who runs a radio show, ripping into this guy who's asking questions at the presser. And, all these people are just like, me. I'm better than him, and I'm going to rip into him. Dude, why can't people just be coexisting? And I'm not a hippie or anything, but I'm just like, dude, where's the love? That's how I feel. I feel like the Black Eyed Peas. Where's the love? My goal in life is to get Mark Davis on this channel. That's one of my goals in life. I don't care if we have to have pre-planned questions. I'll sneak one in. Dude, I was seeing people online like ripping into the Raider Radio guy, this guy, and a handoff on 3rd and 1, loss of a yard. And you know what? I used to be more toxic. And I think it's when you do this. When I first started out, I was more negative like these other people and more toxic. But I think now that I've taken a step away and come back, I'm not. I see how like toxic it is. And I think it makes you kind of negative being in it all the time, reading comments all the time. I think that makes a lot of people kind of negative if they're not careful. So 4th and 2 after the failed 3rd and 1 run and 1:56 to go. And Pete Carroll's got to go for it. 4th and 2, you got one of the best young backs in the NFL. Maybe I should bring on anybody who's ever made fun of me. And I could tell them, I love you. Oh, they're kicking the field goal on 4th and 2. Inside the 5, they're kicking the field goal. Bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's making fun of me, that's one thing, and then there's plagiarizing things that I've done. That's the one that pisses me off the most. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Yes, the thumbnail snatching pisses me off more than anything, and that's the shit that it's like would be hard for me to like be cool. Cause I'm like, come on, dude. Like that takes a lot of time to think of that stuff. And it's just like, dude, do you have no shame? Other people notice this. So we didn't go for it. So it's 6-3 now. I have not done a TikTok thing, but I mean, dude, I am not on TikTok at all. They actually offered to have me be a part of one of their like sports program things, but it was just like, felt like a lot of work for something I just don't do regularly. So 6-3, here we go. Dude, that's the only guy. That's the only guy I feel like I would never be cool with. And I'm cool. Like everybody else I would be cool with. Everyone. But that's the one guy I just can't do it. Yes, I gotta bring AP on the show. He is not a chill guy. He is a piece of shit. 1st and 10. And scrambling to the left. 8-yard gain. And I'm not talking about AP. I'm talking about the thumbnail snatcher. So holding on the Chiefs. I think AP would give me a noogie. I don't think he'd hurt me. I think he might give me a little noogie. Or I think or maybe an aggressive hug where it like might almost break a rib. Because the dude's still big. I mean, he's still a former player. No, that was another guy, Timberline. See, why do all these people, that was another guy. All these people have done some shit to me. And I'm still trying to be nice. 1st and 20. I'm still being a positive guy. 1st and 20. Screenplay with the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt. 1:30 left. At 37-yard line. Ooh, no, Isaiah Polamau is down. Polamau is down after that screenplay. Oh, woo, that's a good one, Shima. Yeah, he also tried to call me a racist. I forgot the reason why I was racist, but there was some reason why I'm racist. And I'm just like, dude, really? You're calling people like we're gonna start calling people racist now? Because we're making Raider videos? It's just so weird, man. I'm just like, okay, like who am I racist against? Yeah, I really like what Isaiah Polamau has done all year. I think, you know, with all the negatives around this team, I think he's been one of the positive bright spots. Getting a contract, being a UDFA, and sucks to see him down. Hopefully it's just a stinger and he'll be right up. Yeah, that sucks. So Tyler Lockett and Polamau both going down. That sucks, dude. I just really hate when someone goes down, especially at the end of the year. It's going to be a long recovery. It could lead into the training camp. I just think that sucks. You know what I mean? Like I feel bad for them. Polamau though looks like it's an arm injury walking off. Hopefully a stinger. He's holding his arm kind of weird though. Got to stay positive. 2nd and 7, man. And a quick throw. Halfback swing. And a tackle for a loss. Dude. I think when people have nothing else to say, they just say, well, you're racist. And since there's not like there's only a few women who watch sports shows, they're not going to say you're sexist. There's obviously not that many, you know, the LGBTQ community who watches sports YouTube, so they're not going to say you're homophobic. So all they can say against you is that you're racist if it has no bearing in reality. So, because they're not going to say, it's not like, you know what I mean? They can't say anything else. To me, it just doesn't even mean anything anymore. And I'm like, dude, there are actually people out there who are racist, and it's fucked up. So it kind of weakens it. You know what I mean? Oladokun versus Kenny Pickett. Pickett upset that he was pretty much benched after the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Minute 14 to go. Raiders with the lead, and here we go. 5-man rush. Oladokun with a completion to Noah Gray, who gets the first down. Best produced, yeah, but I might lower the production quality. Not that much, though. Seven-yard gain, though, to Juju Smith-Schuster, second and short. Dude, I think Mike McDaniel is going to stay with the Miami Dolphins. Buccaneers, though, Todd Bowles. Whoa, pretty disappointing. Could Chucky return to Tampa Bay? I will never fuck with that guy. Fuck him. Seriously. Second and 4. Scramble and a sack. Under 40 yards. And in case you guys can't tell, I'm reading the chat, and so sometimes what I'm saying has nothing to do with what I was previously saying. It's I read something, and I don't even want to say the names of certain things here. But I do feel like Gruden might go to Tampa Bay. You guys got to follow along on the chat. I'm not gonna give my shit up. You guys got to follow. That's why we got to read the chat, interact in the chat. Hit the like button. 3rd and 15, though, after the sack. No timeouts for the Raiders, 2 for the Chiefs. 3rd and 15. And dropping back and a screen. 2-yard gain. But Todd Bowles, though, I think it's been disappointing. I think the offensive line took a step back. I think losing Liam Cohen was very negative for the Bucs, and I would not be surprised because Gruden was in the Ring of Honor, got kicked out, then they let him back in the Ring of Honor after he was canceled. So halftime, everybody, halftime. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think obviously, I think Gruden has a better shot going to the Bucs than the Raiders. I mean, I hate to say it. Appreciate Michael, by the way, supporting the stream here. Appreciate you, man. We're in halftime now, and we'll see what goes on here. Hey, some people don't like Gruden, man. Some people want Antonio Pierce instead of Gruden. Yikes! Don't let me know what kind of weed you got to smoke to think that, man. I'd love to get the hookup on that, even though I quit weed. Yeah, I wonder if the Chiefs are really fighting. I mean, they have their 3rd string quarterback, so I can't tell if, they're just incompetent right now or if they're really fighting. Ooh, so Raiders have a projected 10 draft picks, 3 4th rounders, 2 6th rounders, and all the normal ones. Should be interesting this year, man. Brady and Spytek really got to hit a home run, dude. Dude, you know what? You want to know why I like Fernando Mendoza? I feel like Fernando Mendoza would be the guy to say, you know what? I'm not going to smoke a cigar. I'm going to stay healthy. I'm going to be a good role model for the youth, and I'm not going to smoke. Not going to smoke. And you know what? That makes me like Fernando Mendoza. I know you're trying to peer pressure me and all this shit, but I'm just straight up not going to smoke. Not going to smoke, bro. Yeah, so winning doesn't matter for the draft. So why not win, dude? Why not win? I think Pete Carroll's done, but hey, maybe he can get a good win, put in a good resume to go somewhere else. Who knows? Ooh, last time the Raiders had the first pick in the draft, Jamarcus Russell, 2007, baby. There's no way we're going to mess it up twice in a row, right? No way, right? No way the Raiders are going to Raider like that, right? Oh, dude, I was watching the Rose Bowl, man. Oh, man, Mendoza. Great size. Great escapability. Great arm. I really hope they end up choosing Mendoza, man. I really hope they don't screw this up. Whew. Whew. What do you think, Kevin Stefanski and Mendoza? What do you guys think? Should we bring Antonio Pierce back? Whoa, 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 dude, what's going on here? So they're saying a Ravens fan, Ravens female fan threw a drink in the face of a Steelers fan in front of his son. Holy shit, dude. The hell is going on in society right now, bro? Dude, this is why people don't like going to games. This is why people don't like going to games, dude. It's too ratchet.
I'm not doing anything.
Don't run in your mouth. Wait, let's come over here. Let's come over here.
Bro. Bro, in front of, and the kid's right there crying, bro. Oh my God. Did you see that? Oh. Bro.
Chill out. Everybody don't hit nobody, man. Chill out, though, yo. Everybody don't touch her. Chill out, yo. Chill out. It was a get the fuck out. Don't touch her, yo. I'm not fucking touching shit. Relax. I ain't touching fucking.
Dude, they're trying to tell him to relax and she just spilled a drink on him? How and he's supposed to relax? Come on.
Relax. Get the fuck out of here. Relax. I ain't fucking touching anything. Get your fucking ass out of here. Fucking bitch. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
I mean, I'd want her to get kicked out.
We got this now.
Bro. And he has to, dude, they got such low expectations for female fans that he has to be the one to be calm when the bitch put a drink on him. Bro, she's lucky she didn't get her ass whooped. I'm sorry. Some of these dudes would not be as chill as this guy. Okay, so what happens? Is she not going to be removed?
She good. Chill out, yo. Hey, stop, man. What are you doing? It's a female, yo. It's a female.
Oh, it's a female privilege.
I know it's a female, but it ain't gonna get me physical. I know. I'm good. We good.
And let me guess. If he would have poured the drink on her, he gets jumped. He gets instantly thrown out.
I know. Everything good, man. I'm not with that party. I was.
So how did this start?
I'm not doing anything.
Don't run in your mouth. Wait, let's come over here. Let's come over here.
Oh, so he was like not doing anything. Wow, bro. Imagine thinking that it's okay for you to do shit like that. That is crazy to me. All right, my bad. Halftime anyway, so I figured I might as well watch a funny video. Mark Davis going to get draft advice from the Quality Leering Center. Smarten up. Hey, yo. Let's get some freaking Somalis to replace our draft scouts, dude, because they're probably going to be cheaper. And our draft scouts haven't been doing too well anyways. Outside of, I guess, Caleb Rogers this past year. So let's get some Somalis in there, bro. And see what's going on. You know what? Let's get that lady who poured the drink. She's passionate about football. She poured the drink on the fan. Maybe she knows what's up. Maybe she knows something that we don't know. And she's a female, bro. So you got to go easy on her because she's a female. I don't know. That did not look staged to me. I wish it was staged. I don't want like the games to be a negative place for people, man. People got all kinds of bullshit they got to deal with at work and all kinds of stuff in their normal lives. And they're just trying to go to the game to have some fun and blow off some steam, but not blow off some steam in that way where you're, people are getting physical in front of children. I mean, that's not cool. Nobody wants to see that. Look, I'm not going to act like I'm holier than thou. I've drank on the podcast before too, but I don't like making it all about drinking. Yeah, I don't think that was staged. I wish it was staged. The one where what was it? The Rams. Did you guys see the one where it was the Rams fan where he went to propose and then they spilled nachos on him? She rejected him and then spilled nachos on him. That one was staged. That one was definitely staged. Tom Brady draft choices brought to you by Tebow, Wish, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, hosted at the Golden Corral Buffet. Special guest, that Ravens fan who threw a drink on the Steelers fan. Oh, dude, I'm not going to the. And you know what? That dude was. We don't know what he said beforehand. We don't know how ridiculous he's being before the camera rolled. So I'll give the lady the benefit of doubt there that we don't know what happened before the camera press record, but. Doesn't look like a fun family place to be, that Pittsburgh Steelers stadium, dude. Definitely not. Yeah, dude. And Raider Stadium, dude, we've seen some bad stuff at Allegiant. Allegiant's a little bougie, though, so hasn't been too crazy. Still some ratchet shit there sometimes, but you got the people in the club seats and all that. I mean, the worst thing is they don't even seem to give a shit about the game. I mean, at least those two fans seem to care about the game. I guess that's a little better than Allegiant sometimes. Oh. Do my throat. I need to get a cough drop, dude. Yeah, all NFL stadiums are bad. I mean, I think it's because people tailgate, so they just get way too drunk. Okay. Crosby, before the game, I like seeing this. High-fiving Pete. Talking to the guys. Vegas Sports Today capturing this video. Okay. This is making me a little happier with Crosby. I still feel like he's getting out of there, but at least we got him saying hi, and hanging out. Well, granted, he was mandated to be there because he was accepting the Commitment to Excellence Award by the Raiders team. But you see the high five with Pete. Don't know if that means he's staying, but hey, something positive to see here, Oh, man. Your next Raiders quarterback, everybody. The next Raiders franchise quarterback, Mendoza. Giving glory to God and trying to get a dang touchdown while he's at it, man. Gotta love Mendoza. Positivity. Role model. Teammate. Team first guy. Committed to studying the playbook, man. I just think if you're looking, we got fans who are nostalgic for Derek Carr. You want a guy who seems like he's similar culturally and with his work ethic. I think Fernando Mendoza is the guy. So looks like the Raiders get the football. Game's back on. All right. Zamir White getting the kick return to the 40. All right, here we go, man. We went from Gino to Fernando. Gino. Now we're Fernando. Let's go. Dude. What? Wait. Carr did not say that in the video, did he? 1st and 10, play action. O'Connell throwing it up and a freaking dime to Michael Mayer. A great throw on the run for Aiden O'Connell. I gotta give the guy his props for that throw. Holy shit. Amazing touch on the run. Damn. All right, dude. All right. Phew. Dude, maybe if we would have had him start the whole year, we would have had more wins, dude. That was like probably the best throw of the year. 1st and 10. And false start. Dude. That was a really good play action throw on the run. And I'm not an Aiden O'Connell guy. I usually always say, hey man, we gotta get real. We gotta find our franchise QB. He's not it. But I mean, it's not every day you see a throw like that, like holy cow. 1st and 15. Under center. And a reverse to Trey Tucker, minimal gain of about 3 yards. Yeah, dude, that was one of the best throws of the year for the Raiders. And I'm not trying to be like negative when I'm saying that. I'm just saying it was just such a good throw. I know he was injured and he was on IR, but it's not like, even if he wasn't injured, it's not like they're going to bench Gino anytime at all. I mean, dude. We already got the freaking #1 pick, so we don't have to lose. We don't have to lose now. Now we can root for the win. Handoff up the middle, 2-yard gain, 3rd and long now. 3rd and 8. Third and 8. Pressure. O'Connell steps up. He's going to run it himself. And O'Connell gets the first down on the run. There you go, dude. He looks like he lost a little bit of weight here. O'Connell looking a little quicker on his feet. Right on, bro. 4th and 1, he was quite short. And a pitch to Genty, and he is going to lose yards. Turnover on downs. Very disappointing. Man, losing the yards like that, man. That sucks. Yeah, that was not a good one, man. So, hey, CJ Stroud and the Texans, dude, they had the number 2 pick, and they turned it around in 1 year. The Commanders with Jaden Daniels, brand new head coach, had the number 2 pick, and they turned it around in a year. So, I'm not going to sit here, and especially when you got Bowers, when you got Genty, I'm not going to sit here and say it's over. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's screwed already. There's no way we make a playoff run in year 1 with the new franchise QB. It's happened twice in the past few years already. It's happened each of the last years, 2024 and 2023. It didn't happen in 2025, but that was, the Cam Ward and the Titans could make it happen, and Jackson Dart could make it happen. Yeah, this year's a wash, but I mean, look, dude, there's totally a chance with a rookie quarterback you can have a quick turnaround like that. Especially because you get to save so much money on the cap at QB. I mean, the Raiders are still going to have to pay Geno a little bit. And then see what happens there. All right, here we go. Chiefs back on the field. Hollywood Brown getting a first down. And by the way, guys, can you drop some emojis in the chat? I haven't seen emojis all freaking day. I want to see if they work, man. Okay, and a handoff. No gain. There we go. Emojis are working right on. Hit me up on Instagram, guys. I'm on Instagram at Wi-Fi Willie. I'm also on X at Real Wi-Fi Willie. X, I sometimes say stuff about announcements if anything's going on with the channel, or sometimes chime in on news, not too much. And quick throw for the Chiefs on 2nd and 10. Kelsey with a reception, going to be 3rd and 5 now. Instagram, I usually just post random pictures, stories, or pictures of just hanging out. Kind of more personal, but hit me up on there, man. Give me a follow. Wi-Fi Willie on Instagram and Real Wi-Fi Willie on X. Don't have a TikTok. Talked about that earlier. Maybe one day. To me, it just seems like too much. I do rage bait on. I troll on X. So if I say anything that you think is kind of weird, probably not being serious. I kind of treat it like Facebook sometimes, like a joke. 3rd and 5. And scrambling. Almost a first down for Buchel. 4th string quarterback for the Chiefs here. Thanks for the follow. All right. 4th and 1 and an easy first down for the Chiefs. Yeah, we'll get a Mendoza emoji going into next season. 50-yard line now, a fresh set of downs for the Chiefs. First down. Play action here. Second down. Yeah. I'm not a big social media guy. Those are the only ones I have outside of YouTube, really. And I don't really post all the time. So what do you guys think? Some people said for tankers don't get to root for the team right now. Interesting comment in the chat. Hey, we don't have to lose to tank anymore. We got it sealed. So now we're back rooting for the Raiders. 2nd and 5. Handoff and Smith with a big run. First down. Oh, you got to play Mendoza. Yeah, do you feel bad for all the ring chasers on the Chiefs? And then look what happened. They thought it'd be an easy Super Bowl. Should I get the Discord going again? I think if I get the Discord, I have to just have it like open to the public and not even like a, members only or whatever. So I got to see what's up with that. Play action. Completion, the 22-yard line. Mendoza is not staying in school. Would you pass up being the number 1 overall pick and stay in school? Hell no. Yes, drop those emojis, baby. Oh, they don't let you do the eggplant emoji. Okay, maybe that's a good thing. What's up, Cody? 1st and 10. Chiefs in the red zone with their 4th string quarterback. And a minimal gain. So we officially have the number 1 overall pick of the draft. Mendoza, the Latino, will be a Raider. So we got Mahomes, Herbert, Bo Nix. Herbert and Bo Nix are both Oregon Pac Northwest white guys. Mahomes is the multiracial guy. And now we have the Latino right in Vegas. Oh, so the eggplant does work. 2nd and 7 here. And the run up the middle by the quarterback, Buchel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. 3rd and long now. Yes, follow me on the Instagram and the X. You're supposed to get paid in X, dude. I've never gotten paid that much on X. And I had a couple posts get like 500,000 views on X, and I got like nothing. So I don't believe all that shit they say about, oh, you can get paid on X. What? Doing what? The eggplant does work. 3rd and 8 at the 20 for the Chiefs. Scramble to the left. Ooh, broken tackle. Buchel scrambling. and going down for a loss of 3 for a sack. What do you guys think? Should we tank next year too? Should we tank again? Shout out to Zeke. Appreciate everything you do. Love how you don't block people for talking trash. Yeah, this season could have been better, but oh well. One Nation, Raider Nation, F the Chargers. Appreciate you, Zeke. I mean, I'm famously done because my wife used to have more control of this stream, and she would be the one always blocking people. And I started telling her, like, dude, like, part of sports is talking shit, and sometimes fans talk shit on each other. And unless someone's spamming like that, like, you know, the bots and everything, or going way too far, like there's been people literally saying like, I want to kill you and stuff like that. And unless it's that crazy, like, I'm not down. So I've famously done unblocking parties, live streams. I've unblocked everyone, had a fresh start. And there's been people who, you know, there's been mistakes where people who are cool accidentally got blocked. So I try to kind of have a free zone unless it goes really way too far, and mainly just get rid of the bots. And I tried to do subscriber only chat to get rid of the bots, and that didn't even help. So we'll see what happens, but appreciate you so much, Zeke. And we got to keep the energy going. We got to go live hopefully once a week. I'm thinking 5 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesdays. And then obviously the first round of the draft. But keep talking shit, guys. If you disagree with something I'm saying, if you think I'm full of shit, let it out. Let it out, man. Let it out. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to call me out, if I said something wrong in the past, let it out. And look, there's been people who make shit up too sometimes, and I still let it slide. I'm like, you know what? Let this guy make some shit up. I'll correct it on the stream. As long as it's not spamming. Do whatever. I mean, I really don't get, like, you know, and I will say when I first started this, I was way more sensitive. I will admit that. I was way more negative and way more sensitive. Now that I've been doing this thing for 4, almost 5 years, you grow a thick skin, dude. You grow a thick skin, and you realize, you know, most people, even if they're giving you a hard time, they're not actually trying to be that mean. You know what I mean? Usually they're joking around. Usually it's a misunderstanding. That's 90% of the time is what's going on. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to you, Zeke. And hey, we got barely a quarter and a few minutes left of the regular season for the Raiders. And then we're off to Mendoza. Mendoza land, baby. Hilarious, dude. I mean, some people, I mean, I will say, like, there are a lot of really mean people. But I mean, to anybody who, I mean, like, usually it's like the vast majority of people are just watching and not even saying anything. Even when you have a small group of people on a stream, like, you know, this is kind of smaller than when the Raiders had momentum in the beginning of the year after the first win. But, you know, even still, the vast majority of people are not chatting. So anybody who's negative, it's a really small, tiny portion. So we got to ask Grok and Chat GPT who's going to win. I'm going to see. Let me see what's up. So Raiders offense takes the field. Handoff. The Seahawks are the current betting favorites to win the Super Bowl. Wow, Seahawks are the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl. Wow, and the Rams are behind them, dude. I think the Rams are going to do it. Pitch to the outside. Genty on 2nd and 7 makes the guy miss, but loses a few yards. So Seattle, they're saying Seahawks over Broncos in the Super Bowl. That's what Grok says. X's AI thing. 3rd and 9 for Aiden O'Connell. Dropping back, blitz picked up by Genty. O'Connell gets the ball off and a completion to the outside for the first down. Great throw off the back leg by Aiden O'Connell. All right, so let's see what freaking Chat GPT says. Shit, I don't have it anymore? Okay. Handoff on a wide receiver reverse on 1st and 10, a minimal gain of 3 yards. I'm going to ask Grok who they think is going to win next year's. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl for the 2027? Oh, I meant 26 season. Okay. All right. Well, we'll do the year after, then we'll go back to 26. So they're saying the Seahawks. Google and Grok, 2nd and 6 play action, false start for the Raiders. Going to be about 3rd and 11 now. So everybody's saying Seahawks, bro. I think it's the Rams all day. Dude. All right, I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. So Seahawks and then the Rams are right after. Wow. Dark horse candidate are the Bills. Whoo! 2nd and 12 now for the Raiders. Handoff. Genty getting like 3 yards. Going to be 3rd and long. So for the 2027 season, Grok thinks that the Lions will win it. Okay. So that's. Okay, 3rd and 10. Dropping back. And a completion to Trey Tucker. So if you put $20 for the Bills, you get $240 right now. First down for the Raiders. Good completion by Aiden O'Connell. Who else is a dark horse candidate to win it? I mean, I realistically think the Rams are going to win it. But you wouldn't really get much. What do you guys think, man? Rams or Bills? Seahawks? I just don't think the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl, dude. That sounds crazy to me. I watched them. I've watched their past few games, and that doesn't scream Super Bowl to me, dude. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell made a great throw on that 3rd down play. Yeah, Rams have their backups playing though, right? Hey, damn sure is it going to be the Broncos winning the Super Bowl. Oh, dude, who do we think's going to win it? Oh, no. Should I convince my wife to put some Skrilla on the Bills? She's not going to let me. I mean, the Bills have never won a Super Bowl in history, right? Behind the second fiddle to the Patriots this year. Okay. No, I'm talking about the 2026 season. Devontae is, dude. They're stashing Devontae for the bowl, man. Call me a homer for Devontae. Wow, so they're saying the Seahawks are going to win this year and next year. Get the hell out of here. That's not going to freaking happen, dude. Seahawks are winning this year and next year? No way. Our Raiders football, Aiden O'Connell's putting up a good drive, man. Chiefs territory, handoff to Genty. 2-yard gain. Let me ask this. When will the Raiders win a Super Bowl? That's what we're asking. When the hell are the damn Raiders gonna win a Super Bowl? Oh, bro. It could be several years before they're true contenders. Maybe the early 30s. Tell me the exact year the Raiders will win a Super Bowl. All right, 2nd and 7 for Aiden O'Connell. Drop, throw it deep to Trey Tucker. Oh, and broken up, almost a touchdown intended for Trey Tucker. 3rd and 7 now. Hey, Aiden O'Connell's doing way better than Kenny Pickett and Geno Smith. Contending might take 3 to 5 years. So win around 2000 or 2030 or 2032. They're due for one eventually. Selecting Mendoza will kickstart it with Crosby. So they think we're going to keep Crosby. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, if it's going to be that long anyways, I don't know. Should we trade the first pick? Trade the first pick or choose the edge defender to pair with Crosby for the first pick and keep AOC and don't even get Mendoza? No, I'm kidding. So we beat the Titans and the Patriots. Yeah, dude, Aiden O'Connell looks skinnier. He does look skinnier. Trade for Mahomes, baby. Hey, only if we get Jackson Mahomes too. So shout out to you guys, man. I'm happy about O'Connell. Hopefully he gets a touchdown here. Just taking a look at some things here. Dude, Shador's so good, man. He would have been competing for Mahomes' job. That's why the Chiefs didn't grab him. Shout out to John Raider Snake in the chat, man. Keep Max. Hey, if Max is showing up to the game, I'm a little happier. So screen to Genty as a receiver, and we're losing 3 yards here. Not good, man. Daniel Carlson with the long field goal attempt. Shout out to all the people hanging out right now, man. Daniel Carlson, let's get it. Let's see what he does. And the field goal is good. Too much. Dude, you guys are right. A lot of red in the stadium, dude. The fuck? Okay, so a 9-6 win. No touchdown yet. And maybe Pete Carroll, maybe this will save Pete Carroll's job. I'm just kidding. Newsflash, Brian Flores will be the new head coach. Dave will be the new offensive coordinator. This will happen tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, I know Florio of Pro Football Talk said that that's a rumor. It's a possibility. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of going back to another Patriot-style coaching staff. After Josh McDaniels failed, now it's some guys who are inspired by them. I mean, I would hope they would go for an offensive-minded head coach. I'd rather Dable be the coach. I think you should give somebody like Clint Kubiak a shot if he's interested in the job. We saw that work out with Liam Cohen, giving him the job. I don't want to see a defensive-minded coach because I don't want to be chasing a new coordinator every year. Even giving Cliff Kingsbury a shot, I think that'd be interesting. That wouldn't really excite me to be honest. Getting Brian Flores. I'll root for the best, but it doesn't excite me. I can't lie. And to me, that means you'll lose Patrick Graham, and I actually think Patrick Graham has done a decent job at defensive coordinator. And I think he might get an opportunity somewhere if the Raiders move on from him. Yeah, and then Brian Flores is suing the NFL for racial discrimination. So if we can't have Gruden because he's suing the NFL, how the hell are we going to have Flores? Yes, I would much rather have a Kevin Stefanski than Brian Flores too. That guy's done a lot with pretty bad situation out there with the Cleveland Browns, losing first multiple draft picks, losing multiple cash on Deshaun Watson, dealing with shoestring QBs out there. Come here, kitty. I don't know where my cat went, but she was rubbing against me. Yeah, Flores is not exciting. But the idea of Brady pursuing former Belichick employees, I guess, is interesting. But I will say, I mean, I guess Minter, the Chargers D coordinator, has done well. I just really, maybe we're not allowed to have an offensive-minded head coach because Brady wants to have an influence on the offense, even though he had the influence this year and it went poorly. I don't know. We'll see what happens, dude. Just don't ruin my Fernando Mendoza. Don't ruin my Fernando, bro. Just don't screw it up. All right, here we go. Kelsey's still out there, 6-9. The Raiders got the first pick already locked in. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna order the Mendoza jersey instantly. All right, pitch to the outside to Smith for the Chiefs. No gain. Quit yelling at me, kitty. Come here, kitty. Second and 10. Incomplete pass here. Kelsey, is this the final Kelsey game of his career? No. Oh my God, dude. Just because someone does well once doesn't mean they instantly need to be the head coach. Signetti, stay in college. He's good at the transfer portal. Keep doing what he needs to keep doing what he's doing. But I see a lot of people rooting for him to be the head coach, man. All right, and pressure for the Chiefs' fourth string QB. And incomplete, thrown away. Raiders already got the number 1 pick. Right on, exactly. So why not win the game? We will not lose it no matter what. It is locked in. It is official. Yeah, we might win a game and 3-win season. A little bit of momentum on the way out. Beating the Chiefs is always a good thing. Hey, Pete Carroll beat the Chiefs. I actually have another silver and black cat. That's more silver and black. This one's more like silver and brown with a little bit of black. Good tabby. Yeah, I don't know if Ow. Whoa, dude. Whoa. I really don't want you to get hair in my mic. That's the big thing I'm worried about. So what do you think, guys? Are we giving Pete Carroll another shot? I need to cover up this trash right here. Dude, I'm glad I'm not allergic. I'd be freaking sniffing it up right now. You got something to say, bro? All right, when are you going to just relax and lay down? Kitty, we got the number 1 pick. You don't need to flip out. All right, so they're showing clips of Tyree Wilson when he was at Texas Tech. Chill out and lay down. Lay it down. Oh. So they're showing Tyree Wilson and Genty when they're in college. And the Raiders will have the number 1 pick no matter what. Based on strength of schedule, here we go. Raiders offense taking the field. And a handoff to Genty. Goes nowhere. 2nd and 11. Oh, dude. All right. Not good, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll be doing more. We'll shout out to Jeff Hinders. We're bringing back the talk show style back, dude. Expect more videos, more off-season content. Shout out to Jeff Hinders. Been around for a minute. 2nd and 11 for Aiden O'Connell. Throwing it up, but overthrown to Trey Tucker. And say no to Pete. It looks like we don't have a choice, man. It looks like Pete's on the outs for sure. He went all in on Gino, and that might have been his demise, man. And I'm sure Brady had no say in that. But here we go. The Pete Carroll era is over. We got a lot to talk about this season. You're going to need to go. You're going to need to go. Okay. 3rd and 11 here. And almost intercepted, intended for Trey Tucker. So some bad throws there. Sorry, kitty. But let me know, man. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. I still want to do all the top stories, so I think I'm gonna go talk show style and maybe not do as much editing so I can try to keep up. And I don't know why I'm explaining all this, but yeah, I gotta talk to somebody about it. 4th and 11. And now the punt. Pete Carroll is playing like he's actually tanking now. Yeah, I had to put the cat out of here. And I want to hear from Jeff Hinders, and I also want to hear from everybody else in the chat. Who do you want as head coach? If Pete Carroll's out, name who do you want as head coach? In the chat, name who you want as head coach in the chat. Some people already did a little bit earlier. I would love Mariota as a bridge QB. Of course, we got some people saying Gruden. We had 6 people say Gruden and 1 person say Patrick Graham. But not going to happen. So they got the list right here. Let me see the. Let me see if I kept the list. I didn't keep the list. Ooh, so Shane Steichen's officially going to return. There was some word that he might not return with the Colts. Let me see the list. There's a list of all the potential coaches coming out. Let me find it. I lost it. We want Mendoza sign out there during the game. Bouchel on 1st and 10, incomplete, intended for Kelsey. Yeah, there's a lot of red in the stadium. All right, 2nd and 10. Quick throw, wrapped up very quickly. Expected head coach candidates. So Chargers, Jesse Minter, Clint Kubiak, obviously, Robert Saleh, Brian Flores. 3rd and 8 here. Matt Nagy of the Chiefs, former Bears head coach, Cliff Kingsbury. 3rd and 8. And throwing it deep on 3rd and 8 and almost intercepted, but incomplete. Going to be 4th and 8. Antonio Pierce might get an opportunity. Good luck with that. Brian Dable, Mike McCarthy. A lot of candidates though. None of them scream out to me. Like to me, like I'm looking at this and there's not one coach where I'm just like, damn. There's no Ben Johnson. There's no guy where you're just like, I know this is going to be a home run hire. I really hope we get this guy. There's nobody like that. DC is more qualified than AP. Would you guys rather have Derek Carr as head coach or Antonio Pierce? Yeah, I saw Carr say some positive things about Kubiak. Dude, the Saints offense looked way better when they had Kubiak. You know, it sucks that Carr got hurt in that week 5 game against the Chiefs. Or else maybe they would have gone to the playoffs that year. So I really like the Clint Kubiak idea. Hey, Carr knows the offense. So if you get Clint Kubiak, maybe bring Carr as a mentor here. You know, he doesn't want to take all kinds of hits, but he might want to help lead and teach. Who knows? Or maybe he does want to take some hits and play. I don't know. 1st and 10. Check down to Genty. The 7-yard gain. Yeah, I mean, mainly the run game looked really good with the Saints under Kubiak. I mean, from Pete Carmichael to Kubiak, you saw a big difference with pretty much the same personnel. And now you're seeing it happen with the Seahawks. Pretty good stuff. But 2nd and 4 here. And Genty with a good lane for a 1st down. You got Saleh, you got Flores, you got Mike McCarthy. Some defensive guys, offensive guy, and McCarthy. Kingsbury, obviously. And that means it's an interesting cast of characters, dude. First and 10. And a handoff. 6-yard gain. I'm tired of these. Shout out to Barstow, everybody. I'm tired of these broadcasters. We got the #1 pick, and they're already trying to say he needs a better place to grow as a QB. We deserve a young QB too. Media is truly hating the fact that we're going to be competitive. Yeah, I mean, what? No #1 draft pick quarterback lands in the perfect place. I mean, they're last place teams for a reason. And when you're looking at the Raiders, you already have 2 players who are set to be top 5 at their position in the next few years. Genty's going to be a top 5 running back. Brock Bowers is already the top tight end in the NFL. Really, what better place to be? I mean, this is a way better situation than even like the Bears for Caleb Williams, the Titans for Cam Ward. I mean, I think this is a much better spot. The Panthers for Bryce Young, this is a much better spot than that. And so that is pretty crazy, honestly. They're hating. And if you keep Crosby, I mean, you already have a good player on defense. You have a defense that was above average all year, I think, at least average. And you got $100 million in cap space to actually get better players. Some of these teams who draft at the top, they end up being screwed up in cap space. Look at how the Browns have been. Or even the Jags. The Jags didn't have, well, around that time they still had some when they got Trevor Lawrence back in the day. Oh, bloody nose for Jerry Tillery out there. 1st and 10. Play action for O'Connell. O'Connell checks it down to Zeus, who makes a move. 7-yard gain. Spend all the cap space money on offensive line. Grab a D tackle because we lost the freaky Christian Wilkins. Grab another edge with Max. Re-sign Devin White. Keep the safeties. I like the safeties. Find another corner. And find a number 1 wide receiver in the draft, too. Maybe in the 2nd round. Can you find one in the 2nd round? Or are we going to keep rolling with Jack Besh? He was a 2nd rounder. He's in the game right now, 2nd and 4. Losing yard here for Genty. Third down here. I mean, Tyree Wilson has 1 more year on his deal. Malcolm Kuntz, I think, is going to be a free agent. 3rd and 5. Third and 5. O'Connell drops back and throws it away. Fourth and 5, still got the lead with 6 minutes to go. Pete Carroll, will he end on a win? Punt happening. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident in the defense, man. I'm pretty confident the defense just needs 1 to 2 pieces on the D line, maybe. I mean, ideally a D tackle. And then I'm confident in the defense. All right, good punt coverage. Chiefs will start inside the 5. I think the corners, especially if you keep Caillou Blue Kelly, who unfortunately got hurt, I thought he did well. Jack Besh has shown that he's gotten hands. I just feel like he hasn't gotten that many opportunities. Maybe he's not open. But a good punt, nonetheless, by AJ Cole. Tired of rooting for a good punt. It's raining hard here, man. 1st and 10. No gain here for the Chiefs. Kelsey's a free agent. Hollywood Brown's a free agent. Ooh, grab Hollywood Brown. Ooh, grab Leo Chanel at linebacker, man. All right, and a handoff. Tyree Wilson with the tackle on 2nd and 9. Now going to set up a 3rd down for the Chiefs. 3rd and 6. Stop signs. Here we go, man. Dropping back. It is safety. Tyree Wilson with the sack on 3rd down. 2 forced fumbles and a safety. Tyree Wilson is completely going off, given an opportunity due to the absence of Max Crosby. And he is dominated in this game against the Chiefs. A one-man wrecking show. The former number 7 overall pick for the Raiders in 2023 might just be turning it around. The former Texas Tech Red Raider. We've been waiting for this guy. He's always had the size, the athletic ability to do it. It's just never materialized. And here we go now. A smile on his face. Having a fucking game. Tyree Wilson, let's go. I'm shocked right now, dude. Dude, all year. And there he is celebrating with Crosby. And look at him standing next to Crosby. Look at this guy's length and size. It's always been surprising that he's not putting it together. So right on, man. Luckily, we got the pick locked. I see people nervous about us winning. We got the pick locked anyway, so winning doesn't matter in terms of the draft status. And a fumble. Dylan Lobby got wrecked in a fumble and the Chiefs recover. No way. No. Wow. Well, doesn't matter. It's still a good play by Tyree Wilson earlier. Got to hold on to the football, Dylan Lobby, but fumble and Chiefs football. Yeah, now, all right, here we go. Oh, well. No, nothing happens if we win because we only have 2 wins and everybody else has 3. And everybody played already. And it doesn't matter if we win. 1st and 10. Tip ball almost intercepted but dropped by Jamal Adams. Yeah, so even if we win, we still get the number 1 pick. Oh, Lions and Bears right now? Okay. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Oh, a trip for the quarterback. Ends up being a free sack there. Third down. What happened? Tripped up by the left guard. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs do look bad without Mahomes. Oh, I see that Raider Javi out there. He's been in this chat before. And I saw him wearing the sign out there at the game. Here we go. We're getting the Hoosier. Fernando Mendoza. Now we need him to win the national championship and bring that energy to Vegas, man. 3rd and 18. Dropping back a check down. Batted incomplete at the line of scrimmage. Who batted that? Thomas Booker, the former Eagle. All right, so now they're about to try to kick the field goal, make it 9 and 11. Whoa, the announcer quoted Sketch, the OnlyFans star, Sketch. 4th and 18. And the kick is good. The Andy Reid emoji. Aiden O'Connell loading up. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go. I wonder if Genty's going to play on this drive. All right. Kick return now for the Raiders to seal the victory. I say about 2 first downs would do it. So Steelers can lose the division, right, with a loss today. It's going to be a really intense matchup tonight, man. Handoff for Genty. Second and 9 now. Andy Reid calls a timeout now. Play action. O'Connell gets rid of it, incomplete. They should have ran the football. Now they got incomplete. All right, 3rd and 9. Dropping back, O'Connell steps up and sacked. The Chiefs with Chris Jones will burn another timeout. Oh, no, they're going to let the clock keep going. Right on, man. Yeah, I don't know why Pete Carroll's passing, dude. He could have burned all of their timeouts, maybe get to the 2-minute warning. If he would have just ran 3 times. Here we go, Smith for the Chiefs on the punt return, getting to the 27-yard line. And now the Chiefs got a big opportunity to get the victory here. A field goal will do it. I mean, yeah, Raiders have the first pick regardless. Maybe Pete Carroll doesn't know that. But don't think he's part of the future. Don't think he's tanking. And airing it out deep to Hollywood Brown and a big completion for the Chiefs. Inside the red zone off one big play. Good throw by the backup Buccelli. That was huge. Deep play action throw. That guy has a pretty big arm. Whoa, shit. Wow. Field goal range here. So Denver's beating the Chargers. Chargers got their backups in. Rams are beating the Cardinals. Commanders beating the Eagles. Even though the Eagles got Tanner McKee playing. Not many critical games happening right now, though. Not going to lie, around the NFL. Yeah, Raiders have the first pick, guys. Maybe I should just make a... Oh, fuck. Raiders have number 1 pick. Get the likes up, guys, man. Shout out to all the people who've joined in. This is the greatest tank season we've had in a while. Shout out to everybody who's had to witness these L's. Hopefully it's for something. Hopefully it's for something good. Right on, right on. Yeah, I mean, dude, no harm in winning now, man. Whoa, man. I think I've been having too much ashwagandha. I am lethargic right now, but here we go. 27-yard line handoff. Kareem Hunt with a first down run. 2nd and 6, and now a timeout. So what time should I go live on Wednesdays, man? 5? I'll do 5 p.m. on Wednesday. That'll be this Wednesday. Second and 6 here. And a handoff. Another timeout, so it'll be third down. I guess the way to sum up this season in one word, that's a good experiment that Cody is saying in the chat. Sum up the season in one word. I would say long. It's long. That's how I'd sum the season. Long. Felt long. So you're saying abysmal. What's another way to sum up the season in one word? I want to see everybody else take a crack at it. Retarded. Oh my God. Okay, 3rd and 3. Play action. Chiefs on the rollout and sacked. Devin White and Malcolm Kuntz get the sack. Now it's going to be 4th and very long. No timeout though, so the clock will go to 1 minute, and the Chiefs baffling far. What, you only got one word. You can't do multiple words. So we'll see what happens here. Butker, they'll probably call a timeout right at 1:03 and then go for it. Debauchery. I'm no longer answering that question. I'm so sick of answering the question, I put it up here. Yeah, I do want the Raiders to win just to screw up the bettors. That's true. Draft's a good way to sum up the season. Jamarcus. Mendoza. Hey, Mendoza. Get your Latin American ass to the silver and black. Let's freaking go. The field goal attempt for the Chiefs is good. So in 1 minute, could Aiden O'Connell lead a game-winning drive? What do you guys think? Could he pull this shit off? Yes. That's how you sum up the season. Fernando, my mijo. Oh, bro. We already got it. We already got the pick. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I figured it out. You guys, some of you told me in the chat, and I double checked online for sure, and pretty much like during the first quarter is when I found out. So I didn't know until like 10 to 15 minutes during the first quarter. Whoa, dude, I'm looking tired. This season has aged me tremendously. Couple gray hairs, couple bags here. Whoa. I think my grays are right here, actually. All right, Zamir White kick return to the 33-yard line. Time to get our Mendoza jerseys ready, baby. Woo! Dude, nobody else in my family got grays this early. I think it's all Raiders. I blame the Raiders. First and 10. 55 seconds. Could Aiden O'Connell get us in field goal range? Ashamed. That's a good one. And O'Connell, a big completion to Michael Mayer towards the 45-yard line. And here we go. There we go. "35 seconds to go. O'Connell throws it incomplete. Intended for Genty. Yes. Blame Gino for these gray hairs. I really hope the Raiders don't trade back, man. Just take Mendoza. Don't make it freaking complicated. 2nd and 10. And a quick throw to Lockett. Going to be 3rd and short. And a timeout by the Chiefs with 17 seconds to go. Why'd they do that? Yeah, I don't know why Kansas City called a timeout. Gino. Dude, okay. Some things are sketchy with gambling, but we can't just say everything is gambling. Obviously, the Chiefs are favored to win this game. It's the Chiefs. So 3rd and 5, get the kicking team ready. Here we go. Jack Besh in the lineup. And here we go. O'Connell overthrows Tyler Lockett like a motherfucker. Oh my God. Bro. That was a very bad overthrow to Tyler Lockett on the out route. And now this is going to be a 60 what? Oh, there's a shitload of Chiefs fans there. 60 what? 60-yarder. All right, bro. You get paid the big bucks. 60-yarder. Make the freaking kick. Make the freaking kick. Hey, and the Raiders are ending the season on a W and get the #1 overall pick. The Raiders make the 60-yard field goal. Daniel Carlson and Travis Kelce ends his final season, likely with an L. There you have it. And that Andy Reid timeout was a little weird. Not going to lie, dude. And 8 seconds to go. Anything can happen, obviously. But there you have it, dude. A kick I did not think they were going to make. And all these Chiefs fans in Allegiant Stadium. And Pete Carroll looks like he's orgasming from this kick. Hey, are we running it back with Pete Carroll, guys, after this win? Run it back with Pete year 2. I'm glad they got the win, though. I feel like the team needed that. Get a little bit of momentum, and you get yourself a new quarterback in the draft too. Why not? Yeah. Here we go. Oh, and shout out to Wi-Fi. If it wasn't for you entertaining us throughout these years, I don't know how I would have made it. You are super awesome and appreciate you. Super awesome you. Appreciate you, my guy. And hey, at least we're ending on something bright, barring a miracle here at the very end. At least we got something bright in front of us. And shout out to True and Famous. The Jets officially become the first team in NFL history to not record an interception all year with a defensive coach. That's freaking wild. Aaron Glenn definitely wasn't the right Detroit Lion to hire. Should have grabbed yourself some Ben Johnson there for the New York Jets. But appreciate you, True and Famous. And wow. Whew. Hey, there's always a team doing worse than my Raiders. And I think that's the Jets this year, man. And here we go. The final play of the game. A low throw to Kelsey. Incomplete. And shout out to Shima86. Carlson getting his contract renewed. I know AJ Cole got an extension. Did Carlson not get an extension? We got to double check that, dude. But hey, 60-yarder to end it. He's had some rough moments throughout the year. But I think all in all, he's always been a pretty good kicker, man. And I think if you have a better team overall, put him in some better situations, give him some reps at kicking. Hard to get good at kicking when your team's not even in field goal range most of the time. All right, the lateral is now at the very end of the game for the Chiefs. They're throwing it up. You got a lineman about to run it. A big fella jumping up and hurdling and going nowhere. And the Raiders officially get the victory, baby. And Pete Carroll ends on a W. Hugging Tyler Lockett, man. And for the new year, man, you started off right. Can we get a win streak going in September and say in 2026, Raiders got a little bit of a win streak? Shout out to Timberline. Much appreciated, Willie. And hey, all we need next is Denver to lose in the playoffs, go one and done. I guess if the Bills go to the AFC Championship game or win the AFC Championship game, because I think that would piss off Chiefs fans the most. If the Bills went for it, got a bowl maybe, or the Rams. I still wouldn't mind the Rams and Devontae getting the Super Bowl. I know some people don't like Devontae, but I still like the guy from Fresno, and I liked what he did with the Raiders for a short time here. So we'd like to see him get a Super Bowl. Raiders undefeated in 2026, right? Exactly. Undefeated in 2026. And I will be live on Wednesday. I'm going to go Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I want to try to start getting in the habit of doing that. We might work out the kinks, but I want to keep a once a week live going during the off season. And then obviously do the first round of the NFL draft, which is going to be on a Thursday, right? So first round NFL draft, obviously it's a ways away. But April 23rd, man, it's going to come by quick, man. Over 3 months away. Well, the Super Bowl, we're all going to be locked in the NFL, the hiring cycle, Super Bowl, until February. So really, it's like 3 months that you got to wait. Get a little break from football in February. Then we start back in free agency in March. Then we got ourselves the draft Thursday, April 23rd. Fernando Mendoza becoming a Raider, man. Couldn't have asked for anything better. No way. Pete Carroll presser canceled? No way. Are you serious? Don't tell me that happened. Really? No way. No way. Let me double check that. Whoa, and shout out to freaking Barstow Walker. Chiefs ain't shit unless Mahomes is on the field. Raiders, thank you, Wi-Fi, for everything. Much love and respect to you. Appreciate you, Barstow Walker. Like I said, we're going to keep the freaking energy going throughout the year. Wednesday, going to be live, 5 p.m. Unless I have a medical emergency, which I don't think is going to happen. We're gonna keep that momentum going. Appreciate all your support throughout the season. We're gonna keep those lives going too as well doing play-by-play reaction. And I think, you know, we had a lot of momentum early in the season, obviously, and, you know, people started checking out once things went sideways with the Raiders. But hey, I'm happy the guys ended on a W. Even though there was no Mahomes, I would like to see the Raiders beat the Chiefs versus Mahomes live for Indiana versus Oregon. That is a big possibility. I go live for Indiana versus Oregon, or I might just make a video talking about Indiana versus Oregon. But I want to see the Raiders beat the Chiefs with Mahomes. It's been a while. The Antonio Pierce game was the last time it happened. But it's been too long. It's been too long. It's been too long. Don't see anything about Pete Carroll getting his presser canceled. Unless they had the YouTube up and it went down. But shout out to freaking Barstow. Shout out to all the people sending love and supporting the show today and the streams all year. We had a couple. We missed 2 games this year. I don't want that to happen next year. We had 2 cancellations. But I mean, if it was a year to do it, I mean, I think now would be the year to do it. You know, to have a couple of cancellations. So the post game is still scheduled for 4:30. The Pete Carroll press conference. I think that's still going to be going on. I've thought about doing some gaming streams, but I think the football audience is completely different than the video game audience, so I don't think there'd be anybody here. Trying to see if there's a big announcement right now. For some reason, I have a gut feeling that we're going to hear some news. But maybe I'm just having some wishful thinking. Tyree Wilson having a good game. That was a positive for the Raiders here. Aiden O'Connell looking like a solid backup. Who else would you rather have be your backup quarterback? Max Crosby having to show up to the game because he won an award. Good to see. But I'll be making some more videos, man. I'll make some tonight. And yeah, there's been some ads and some videos. Maybe not. I mean, I will say going into 2026 might not be doing many ads. And I kind of prefer it. I'm not going to lie. So we'll see what happens unless we get a great offer. But I kind of feel like we got to go back to what we used to do. Expect multiple video uploads, especially when things get hot. And we'll see what's cracking there. But 5 p.m. Pacific time, I'm gonna be here Wednesday. And gotta wait and see though. I mean, Indiana versus Oregon. I'm thinking about it. There's an Oregon Ducks bar near where I live. I do want to harass those people in some type of Fernando Mendoza gear. Maybe I could record that. Try to get somebody to fight me. I don't know. I went last week in some Texas Tech gear. Unfortunately, we lost. And I was trying to get some people to get heated in there. Send a link to that info. To what info? But no one got too heated, though. I think they were scared of me because I was hungover from New Year's Eve, and so I think I seemed a little scary. 5 seasons deep, dude. 2021 kind of started going a little bit, not too hard. Really, 2022, 23, 24, and then, yeah, 25. 2021, though, I was just starting, so it wasn't hardcore. But basically, I mean, in October, it basically became hardcore. Got to troll IRL. So I might do that. We'll see what's happening. But hey, the Raiders got the first pick of the draft. The Raiders got the win against the Chiefs, like Barstow's saying. And hey, what more could we have asked for to end week 18, especially with how this season has gone? No celebration for Travis Kelce at all whatsoever, man. I'm wearing a Crosby jersey right now. Hopefully it's not the last time that this Crosby jersey is official where he's on the team. I hope not. But I'm going to peace out now, man. Get a little healthy. Check out this Ravens versus Steelers game and be dropping some videos tonight and tomorrow and all throughout the week. Might take a little mini break on the weekend, react to the playoffs a little bit. And that should be it. Appreciate you guys hanging out, man. Peace out to all of you all, and have a good one. Woo! And hey, go Mendoza. I'll be back Wednesday, 5 p.m. to talk about whatever the hell is going on in the NFL. Peace. Pacific time.